guys, it's Colin back with the Free Terrible Gamers after our few-week hiatus. I'm back with Ashton as always.
Hey guys, this is our first video podcast, so we're still trying to work out the bugs and hopefully it's high quality enough. And just like to say that I am uglier than my voice sounds, and Colin is much sexier than his voice sounds.
Well, thank you. Well, we
You're
look
welcome.
almost identical to an extent, so I don't know how that all works.
Or maybe we're just both ugly. I don't know.
That's what I was going to go with.
Whatever works.
All right. But since you guys are possibly listening to us, you can go check us out on YouTube and see our face if you want to. If not, I don't blame you.
You might be scared. I wouldn't be. I look at myself in the mirror every day and I'm still scared.
All right. Starting off with the first topic, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection release date.
Yeah, so these are kind of dated. Like Colin said, we've kind of been out a couple weeks with Christmas, New Year's. I had COVID. Colin decided to break his leg, so
That's right.
we've had a lot going on the past couple weeks, but we are back. So if you didn't know about these, then good. Anyway, it will be releasing on April 14th, 2023, and it will be an all-in-one cartridge on the Switch because I don't know if you know, Colin, but even if you guys that are listening don't know, Capcom typically releases their remakes or whatever on volumes, like Volume 1, Volume 2, on two separate discs or cartridges, but this will be all on one, so that makes it a lot easier and less confusing for people to purchase and just more convenient to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, it's not too common in games anymore anyways.
It's not. I remember back,
Metroid,
like the GameCube, sometimes they'd have dual disc for like their Resident Evil games, like because too much data for one disc because they use the mini DVDs, and then even later games like Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox 360 used a installed disc and then the actual game or whatever.
yeah, which I guess I guess games kind of do, like, games even do that with digital now. Like, Modern Warfare 2 is like that on digital. You have to download Warzone separately from what you would multiplayer campaign and everything else.
Yeah, the multiplayer and everything's separate. It's crazy that they're even doing that with digital. I guess it's kind of good if you just wanted to play, say, multiplayer or just Warzone or something without having to download every single thing to try to free up space. But even then, Warzone and Warzone 2 is huge in gigabytes. So
I guess it's kind of like the iTunes store now where you can go on there and just buy like one song off the album type of situation.
right, yeah, it's weird to see digital going that way, but I understand where they're coming from and try to free up some space.
Oh, yeah. And then, I mean, shoot, what, combined with Call of Duty Warzone, it's almost 500 gigabytes with everything in one thing.
Yeah, and a lot of if you're still using an Xbox One, like One S, mine's the 500 gigabyte version. So I mean, it's just the whole hard drive on mine. I know they released in 1 terabyte, and I believe 2 terabyte. Mine's only 500 gigabytes. So
And the dinosaurs are 500 gigabytes too.
yep, I have one of those too.
So yeah, if you don't have anything modern or an external hard drive, you pretty much got to break it down anyways.
Right. Those of you that don't know our joke about the original Xbox One, we call it a dinosaur, but it's the original black VCR looking Xbox One.
Right.
We call
Yeah.
it the dinosaur, but if you guys didn't get that,
I know we
that's
mentioned a couple times on here.
yeah. That's what we're referring to when we say the dinosaur Xbox One is the original big, humongous monstrosity.
But going back, I guess this release date is technically kind of still relevant because, I mean, it's nowhere near April yet.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, it wasn't even a big announcement, so a lot of they might not even know about it. So, and have you got into Mega Man much?
I mean, I played it as much growing up as what I did Mario. I got
Really?
into it pretty well. I never did beat it. I never beat a single one of them. But I enjoyed going on there and playing like the first two levels because that's the only thing I could beat.
I didn't know you played Mega Man.
Oh yeah, I played a lot of Mega Man growing up.
Huh. See,
Same.
I never got into it really, and I've watched other people play it online or something. It looks pretty good. Like they made it, several of them, obviously, but yeah, I mean they look kind of interesting. Like I like them because they're kind of like a 2D side scroller, but I've never
Yeah,
played them.
they was. I mean, pretty much it was a shooter version of Mario back in the day.
Yeah,
It was a I mean, it was a platformer where you could. I mean, but instead of jumping on your enemy's head, you shot them with a little gun.
yeah,
Like you said, it was pretty much just an aggressive version of Mario back in the thing. Like my favorite thing of it, which I couldn't do this, but there's a speedrunner, and I think he beat all three games simultaneously, like the first three games, like simultaneously in like 45 minutes.
wow, it's a speed
But
run right there.
them off the same controller at the same time.
At the same time,
Yeah, it was at the same time. Like it wasn't one game after the other. He beat all three of them at the same exact time. You're
that's
going to have
impressive.
to after we get off here. Like I said, I
Yeah,
don't know the game, but I know it's happened because I watched it on YouTube.
it's pretty impressitive. Good
So
for him.
after you guys get done watching us on YouTube, go over and hop and watch that guy do it.
Tell him we sent you.
That's right.
Maybe he'll give us a shout out. I'm sure he's got more subscribers than we got.
Shoot, I say that was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I watched that video, so it's an older video, but still,
I'm sure
it's
it's got a lot of views.
yeah, it's no TAS either. It's straight him.
That's that's crazy. Talented. That guy's talented for sure.
That's right. More talent. Like I said, I can't get past the second level, so definitely a lot more
Well,
talent than what I
that
did.
was when you was little, so maybe you could now.
Yeah, if I sat down and put to it, but at the same time, Mega Man has always based itself off the quote unquote old Nintendo hard.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I say I could probably pick up the later games in the series and do it, but the original games, yeah, I have not improved that much yet. Again, terrible's in the name.
That's right. We never claim to be good gamers. We're just gamers.
I mean, your name may not be good with stuff.
Right.
All right, kind of going off the video games, but at the same time staying on the same topic. Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios in Hollywood is coming.
Yep. It releases on February 17th, 2023. And like Colin said, it's kind of like a Disney World for Nintendo. But I think it'd be awesome to see and go to. That'd be really, really cool. But hopefully they'll get locations closer, like say how Ohio has like Six Flags and Cedar Point and Kings Island and different ones. Maybe they'll put one in Ohio, or they'll do like the Florida and Orlando and stuff. Maybe, but something over here on the east part of the United States would be nice because I'm not going to California to go.
Oh, it's still closer than we go to Japan and seeing it.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm still not
But
going to go to California. That's completely on the other side of the United States. So,
no, it's in Universal in Hollywood, California. So it's more than likely that if it does well there, it'll come to Universal in Florida.
yeah, I'm sure. And Florida's easier to go to than California for us.
Yeah,
And you're closer to it than I am. So,
that's right. A little bit
it's,
closer. A few
yeah,
hundred
it's,
miles.
it's about I'd say a 24, 25 hour drive from here.
You know what's funny? It's probably only about a 26, 27 hour drive to California.
Yeah, but nobody like California.
I don't know. I've never been to California. I've been to Florida before, so I mean, I'd
I
never
have
go to
to.
California.
I like Florida, though.
But like you said, it makes more sense for me to go to Florida because I'm closer to Florida. But you,
Right.
on the other hand, it's about the same drive.
Well, if they put one in Ohio, I could just drive over.
That's true too. Shoot, they could put one in Hershey Park.
They could. Or they could just put one in Pittsburgh.
But yeah, February 17th, it's becoming a reality. I'm seeing more and more pictures of it each day.
It looks good. It looks really good.
They're definitely getting it done quick.
Yeah, and pretty detailed. And I'm excited to see some videos of it and more in action than just their setup or a trailer for it.
Which I know it helps where movies coming out as well to make it more relevant. I mean, I know it's Nintendo Land, but it's more focused on Mario than it is anything else.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some Zelda getting some love in it somewhere eventually. Since it is Super Nintendo World, I know they're focusing more on the Mario part right now, but eventually we probably could see other series from Nintendo in there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not like that they're already not doing that with like Super Mario Maker 2, where you can do different skins from different games, especially The Legend of Zelda. Usually they're in the 8-bit setting mode, and they haven't done anything like current with it. But like some of those levels you make, you can play as an 8-bit Link.
Yeah, yeah. And the closest we got to a Zelda Maker, I guess, is in Link's Awakening, the remake. They have that dungeon builder, which you can only pick rooms from dungeons in the game, but it's still pretty cool. And you got to do different designs and make it work and stuff. I've finished it.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it before on the podcast as well.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But I'd like to see an actual just dungeon maker or a Zelda maker. Basically that's all a Zelda maker would be, is a dungeon maker.
Oh, yeah. It would be definitely a sight to see, but yeah, the Super Nintendo World, it's going to be. I mean, it already looks good. Now, granted, how quick they're throwing it up, I wonder how many injuries are going to come up from like people getting hurt there, just because, like I said, realistically, it went from nothing to almost completely built now. Because you think at this point it's basically a month away.
Yeah, we'll see. But it being Nintendo, I would say they won't just release it just because they'll, how they are.
Family friendly, not family safe.
Well, that's true. They don't want sued either.
That's right. Alright, sticking with Nintendo though, Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS gets a second update ever, almost 10 years later from the first time it got its update.
Yeah, it's a version 1.2, released December 13th, 2022. The general, it's just a general update, but it has several issues that has been addressed to improve the gameplay experience. Last update was on May 15th, 2012. It's up. It is weird to see an update this late, but a
So,
lot of people,
not almost 10 years, it was over 10 years.
yeah, it was over 10 years. But a lot of the community was saying that it was to patch the homebrew community because they were using that as an exploit to hack the 3DS.
Yeah.
That was one of the games. But actually, I believe it came out to be hackers were using online on Mario Kart 7 to steal account information. So if like you were loaded into a race with them, they automatically had your email address, your password, all that just by loading into the game with them. So I think as the weeks have gone by, that's what Nintendo has basically said in the background, is that that's what it was for. It was not to throw shade at the homebrew community after over 10 years. It was just to fix, so to keep their fans
Private.
safer. Yeah, more private and keep hackers from stealing information.
I agree with that, and it makes sense. But I also think it's a test for when the eShop is going to close on the 3DS on March 27th of 2023.
Yeah, but I know they're going to close the eShop with the 3DS and the Wii U, but I haven't heard that they're going to shut down servers for the online games quite yet.
I mean, usually those two things go hand in hand, but they may keep it up if you already have it. But yet again, at the same time, if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to get it after that date anyways, unless you go to GameStop and, or some other used game like, community like eBay or GameStop or anything like that. You're not going to be able to get it. You're going to need a physical copy to see it after 27th of March.
Or just hack your 3DS like I did.
Or like the homebrew community.
I'm part of the homebrew community, so
Over here stealing your email addresses.
Maybe I'm the one stealing you.
No, we're not that smart.
No, I'm not. But I am smart enough to mod a 3DS. It's not hard, and you can get all kinds of put your game backups on there. Don't do it illegally. Don't be a pirate illegally. Be a pirate legally and use your backups because they
Yeah,
do
pay,
have
pay for
software.
it. Ashton's emulating tips.
Right, you pay for the cartridge and then you just back it up to your 3DS using software made by the community. I've done that. That's how I get my backups. Just dumps the cartridge to the SD card, and then you don't have to have the cartridge anymore.
That's right. All right, hopping on to the next not really relevant thing anymore. I mean, this one kind of got turned relevant just because of the thing getting shut down on the 27th of March, but this one, Christmas has come and passed. Yet again, we were supposed to do this before Christmas, but with all our unforeseen circumstances, we did not release it before Christmas. So,
Right.
but it's still free. It's still out there. You can still go get it. Is the Sonic Frontiers free Christmas DLC package?
Yep. I got the source from GameRant.com, but as announced on the official Twitter account, Sonic Frontiers will be getting a Christmas-themed costume known as the Holiday Cheer Suit to celebrate the aforementioned holiday. This costume is available now, and like the other upcoming updates, will be released for free. This costume dresses the blue hedgehog in the same garb as Santa Claus, complete with a jacket and hat. The official Twitter account showed this costume off with a new render of Sonic as well. So if you do want to go look at it and you don't have the game, you can go to the official Twitter account and look at it. But it's pretty cool, just to give Sonic a little costume for Christmas to run around in the new open world that he's in. Just cool to see free DLC of any kind. Whether it's not a huge deal or anything, but they could have just done nothing.
Yeah. What's red, blue, and green all over?
Sonic.
Green Hill Zone now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. As fast as he moved, wouldn't he turn purple at that point, technically?
Probably. Or if you mix the green in with it, might be brown.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's getting too far into it. This is the wrong channel. We're not the game viewers.
Right. That's a different channel.
Matt Pat, if you're listening.
Yeah, throw some viewers over this way.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, still free. Still able to get it. If you haven't purchased a game yet, go hop over to our Amazon affiliate link and go grab it from there.
That's right. Don't buy it from anywhere else. I don't care if it's on sale anywhere else. Just don't use it. You got money. You can afford our affiliate link, whether it's not on sale or not.
More likely, if it's on sale, though, it's going to be on sale on Amazon, too.
Right. A lot of times, Best Buy will have a random deal, or Walmart, but most of the time, your Amazon's going to be cheapest anyway.
Yeah. I would say
Unless
for
you
a potential sponsor in there, but they're not a sponsor yet, so I'm not going to even mention their name.
screw them.
That's
Never
right.
replied back. I messaged them before too, and they never replied to me.
So, until that point, we will not mention who the thing is, but just go on there and get our use our affiliate link if you want to get the game.
That's right.
Oh.
I promise we're not doing this just for money.
Yeah.
Might sound like it, but if we was doing
it.
it just for money, we wouldn't do it anymore because we haven't made a whole lot of money. So
If it was for money, we'd already be dead. We would have starved a long time ago.
right. We're doing it for fun. It's a fun hobby, and we like making content for you guys and giving you gaming news that you may not have heard about, and maybe we go in more detail than others, or maybe we don't. But either way, we have to make good content for you. That's our goal, not to make money. I mean, yeah, the money would be nice if we made it, but that's not the primary goal here.
That's right. No matter how much we joke around about it, it's never serious.
Nope.
All right. Go back to the seriousness. Speedrunners versus the Blue Hedgehog himself in the new game.
Yeah, I seen that they are already doing the any percent no DLC category in a little over an hour on the PC. KD4 is the current number one at 1 hour, 4 minutes, 21 seconds, 970 milliseconds on PC. But then on console, the current world record is 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 4 seconds on the PS5. That's pretty impressive for an open world game that just came out a couple months ago. The 18th of November, I believe it came out, so less than 2 months ago. That's pretty impressive for as big of a game as Sonic Frontiers is. And of course, it's using glitches and stuff. I think the world record without using glitches like 4 hours, I believe, or something like that.
I think you can. I think they said you can sit down and beat this game in 10 hours without exploiting.
Mm.
So I mean, it's a quick game to beat, anyways. I mean, especially for an open world, it's a very quick game to beat if you sit down and put your time into it. But just like speedrunners are speedrunners, and I have never seen a clean speedrun.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody speedrun this game.
When you're going for speed, anyways. I mean, like I said, back in the old like Mario days, I guess technically you wasn't exploiting, but at the same time you was exploiting it.
I love watching speedruns. I watch Super Mario Sunshine speedruns all the time and other games as well. But Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite because just the movement in that game is so. You have to be precise, and I don't think I can do it. But it's impressive watching everybody do it. Just being an open world game, that's impressive to do it over an hour, a little over an hour.
Oh
But
yeah,
technically, I believe you could beat Breath of the Wild sooner because you can just march right in there and beat Ganon if you want.
yeah. You can definitely beat Breath of the Wild a whole lot sooner, just because. I mean,
And it's a bigger, more open world game than Sonic Frontiers, but just how it's designed, you can go in there and do that.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Once you clear your shrines in Breath of the Wild, you just go straight to the castle. I mean, granted, you got to fight all 4 blights and then get a full health claimant again instead of starting out half. But
Which I'm sure, and I don't know, I haven't watched speedruns on Breath of the Wild, but I'm sure there's probably glitches you can use to leave the Great Plateau early without doing the 4 shrines, but I don't know.
No, the 4 shrines are necessary in the speedrun.
Are they?
Yep. That's just an automatic 22-minute hit.
Oh.
But still, getting that part done in 22 minutes is still fascinating, because I think it took me close to like 2 hours.
Yeah, me too.
But like I said,
Just finding out how not to freeze to death on that stupid snow pea or whatever took me a while just to cook up the peppers. Because I would just eat the peppers.
Shield surfing and doing like the stasis jump, because they'll stasis jump and they'll hit it and then they'll hop on there and we'll fling them whatever distance. But like I said, the major part of the speedrun is the hang glider.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to beat the shrine before the old man will give it to you, I believe. You have to raise one of the towers.
Yep. One of the first tower you have to raise it, which is done by beating all 4 shrines.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, you can go straight to Ganon right afterwards. But like I said, they exploit it down and they take about 22 minutes to do that, and I think it's down to like 28 minutes, 29 minutes. Don't quote me. I know I'm usually close, but I'm never accurate.
It's impressive.
So like I said, the only difference is you go through and beat all 4 blights, and then you got Faith Calamity, then, obviously the actual Ganon itself,
Right.
in the big form. But, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
All right. Next to the final topic. That probably will be the final topic for today.
The next one's pretty important. We might be able to skim through this one real quick.
Yeah, Fallout 76 has finally reached 13.5 million players after getting released almost 5 years ago.
4 years.
It's just now hit 4 years, I think. Yeah.
Because I had my notes.
But it came out in 2018, but it's obviously just turned 2023.
Yeah.
So like I said, midway through this year, it'll be 5. But it finally hit 13.5 million players.
Yep. And I have a little article here that I got. But anyway, Fallout 76 has reached a total of 3.5 million players. The impressive number comes just over 4 years since the game's disastrous, that's a hard word to say, awful launch, which was plagued by technical issues. The game at Bethesda has continued to improve the game since its release, and Fallout 76 has continued to grow. Among the other notable game stats shared were the following: expedition missions completed 5,019,081, and then caps spent. I'm assuming I've only played Fallout 76 once. I'm guessing that's the currency in the game. Has spent 48,260,495,834. Nuka Cola's consumed is 127,062,214. Total nukes dropped 2,983,827. SCORE score earned, whatever that is, 204,358,776,288. But that is pretty good for a game that was considered a failure when it first released. It's a prequel, I believe, to all the other Fallout games. And it was based in our home state, West Virginia, if you look at the map. Not exact, but based pretty hard on it.
That's
And
a rough draw out of the state.
yeah, but it is officially announced that it was based on West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, it was given whenever it was Charleston Flatwoods. It was announced when it was West Virginia whenever it first came out. It's just
right.
The map wasn't too accurate, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I
mean, they get all the, tourist areas, I guess.
We tried to find out where our houses were in it. I remember that, looking at the map.
Yeah, I say at the beginning, I put in probably about a good solid 8 hours and never played it again.
Yeah, and I remember you brought it over to my house once, and you made me play it, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if it was just there were still a lot of bugs or what. I just couldn't get into it.
I mean, to an extent, it's technically an RPG, so that's another reason why I don't think Ashton Koo got into it.
I don't like the RPGs.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, it's considered a shooter, but at the same time, it's also considered an RPG.
Yeah.
Like I said, I put 8 hours into it, so it wasn't. I definitely blew $60 for no reason.
I just don't find RPGs. I just find them boring. Not enough action for me to stay into it.
And that was another thing with Fallout 2, because, Fallout 76, obviously Fallout 2 is an actual game itself, so that didn't sound right coming out. But on all the other Fallouts, that was the first one where if you was grabbing an inventory, it didn't pause because you was online. So that was another complaint people had whenever it first came out, which obviously it still hasn't fixed because you're still online. It's fully online still. But that was the main complaint from previous players were, okay, like Colby, I think he had Fallout 4. And anytime you went to go grab, switch weapons or anything else, the game paused in game because, usually you switch weapons if, one, you run out of ammo, or two, you're fighting a stronger boss. And so, all of a sudden, you're playing it online and you're just like, oh, no, I'm down anyways because I cannot switch quick enough.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm glad that the game's finally getting its love, and it seems like that even though it's based in West Virginia, it's going to do it. But I know how the Fallout series is, and a new one's probably going to be released within the next couple of years.
Yeah, especially since this one didn't do so hot.
Yep. All right. I guess we got one more minute to cover this last topic.
You have to take longer. But it's an important one. Everybody needs to hear it. Everybody loves it. All right, go ahead and say what it is, then I'll ask my question.
Tears of the Kingdom update.
Is this about the ESRB?
Yes.
Okay, making sure my notes were right. All right. My source for this is GameRant.com.
Well, I guess I said since they existed since about the '90s, but it's just now relevant to what it's being rated.
Right. All right. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom release date is currently scheduled for May 12, 2023. We've discussed that before. Of course, it's always possible that a game's release date could be delayed, especially large-scale games like Zelda. However, the fact that the game has gotten its ESRB rating suggests that there is a good chance it will indeed meet its previously announced release date. While there are exceptions to the rule, a game getting its ESRB rating is a solid indicator that the release date is in sight. It is rated E for everyone 10 and up for fantasy violence, mild suggestive themes, and then Tears of the Kingdom's predecessor, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, was also rated E for everyone 10 and up, but it was because Link was getting drunk all the time and using the alcohol and slamming it down at the bar all the time at the stables or something. I don't remember ever seeing alcohol in that game, but that's why it was rated. But yeah, so that's a good sign that seeing the rating coming out for it. But
Suggestive. I wonder what Zelda's into then.
I don't suggestive themes, man. I don't know. I don't know. The last one's pretty suggestive too, with it tight. But
That's right. It's just like I said. I just don't understand why, like, especially cartoon games would get rated like. I know E for E10 Plus didn't exist back in 2000, back when 2001 when Melee came out, but it was rated T for teen because of Comic Mischief.
Twilight Princess in 2006 was rated T. Is awesome.
Yeah, and that's another thing people were mad about with this rating was because they was mad that they didn't get a T-rated Zelda.
It's Nintendo. They're not going to come out with a real gory, nasty Zelda or anything. It's Nintendo.
Normal, like it would have been a E. Well, at that because E10 Plus didn't exist then, it would have. So it either had an option of being an E or a T, but if E for E10 Plus existed, it would have been that.
Twilight Princess was Ocarina of Time. Obviously had better graphics, but it's basically the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think that game was pretty much what caused the in between again because before, back when Mortal Kombat, you either had E or you had M.
Yeah.
Then finally decided to bring out the T, so you had one in between. And then when Twilight Princess came out, they was like, well, no, it's not really a T, but it's not really an E, so we need something for in between. So I think in '08 is when they established E for E10 Plus.
Which honestly, everyone 10 and 0, it's useless to me. Like, just make it E for everyone or make it T. I mean, there should be an in between for everyone in T. Because even in T, T's not a bad game, even for young kids. I mean, I know there's ratings for a reason, but kids can play Twilight Princess. I mean,
oh, you scared of an E game?
Well, I was 3. I was 3 when Luigi's Mansion came out.
I'm just saying, it makes a difference.
Yeah, but even if it was everyone 10 and up, it's still been too young to play it. So.
That's true. Like I said, that's what the E10 Plus don't make sense for me because it's not like you can card a 10-year-old and be like, "Hey, are you 10 years old? Can you buy this game?"
Right.
Well, they don't even card until you're mature, anyways.
Like I said, a lot of places don't even card you when you're buying Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty.
Not now. I mean, obviously,
they did back in the day
when we was
remember. Yeah, I remember Mama having to buy, obviously, Grand Theft Auto for me and Carter.
We can't send our kids into GameStop and tell them to go buy our Call of Duty for us. They're going to get carded. It's one of those things that right now.
They probably want to get carded to be like,
yeah, but like I said, it's just one of those things. It's now they realize, hey, we're past 17. They don't need to ask for our card anymore. Going in and buying the end game.
Right. Yeah.
We're that age.
I don't. But talking about the delay of this article, I don't see it getting delayed again since they have a set day. Now, if they're going to say If they were still saying spring 2023, then maybe. Or if they're even just saying May 2023, maybe. But if it's a set day, that's pretty much guaranteed the game's done.
Oh yeah, it was. Like I said, as soon as they put a date, and especially now that we got the ESRB, I'd say it's pretty much set in stone.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for this game because I remember we played the crap out of Breath of the Wild together. Even you'd come over and we compared shrines and everything, and I'm just really
Yeah,
excited for this game to come out.
a
It's
little
going to be a
bit,
good one.
be a little bit harder to do now.
Yeah, I mean, we can still do this. I guess we could FaceTime or
Yeah,
whatever. But
sure.
yeah, it'd be cool if we could do that. But just
Thank
playing the
you,
game is going to be
player.
fun.
Remember if you're listening.
But the moral of the story, Link, you gotta lay off the alcohol, man. Quit going to the bar every night.
That's right. That way you can get back into E settings.
Do you remember alcohol being used in Breath of the Wild?
Only thing I think it could be resembled to it is eggnog.
Eggnog? I mean, I know like you take potions and stuff, but you do that in every Zelda.
Like I said, I think you could specifically make eggnog on that game.
Maybe. But not
Even,
all eggnog's alcoholic.
yeah, exactly. But you still got that check of people thinking that that's what it is. So, like I said, they're just covering their finance from a lawsuit from just putting it on there. Like, hey,
Oh
yeah, you
man.
can. That way you can be like, yeah, but like I said, even after drinking the eggnog, it's not like he stumbles around or anything. And the guy don't talk, so it's not like he was stuttering. So that was speech.
But I mean, next we're going to, Zelda's that sexual whatever. Might have to go up to the T rating or the M rating for her sexual suggestive themes.
They say it was just a suggestive thing. I don't think it was sexual suggestive.
I don't know. It's got to be sexual for Zelda to do it.
I guess technically you could have counted in Breath of the Wild when Link switched over to get into the Gerudo village. I guess you could have counted that
Yeah,
pretty.
he's
So,
cross dressing.
uh,
It
but
was a fun game. It was a fun game.
it was a fun game.
This one will be awesome. I'm really excited. I think it'll be better than Breath of the Wild if that's possible. But I think they can do it because it's Nintendo and it's a Zelda game. So
And they done it with God of War, so I mean it's possible with Zelda.
yep.
Because they said God of War 18 was the new comparison to everything, and they said Ragnarok blew it out of the water.
I talked to somebody that I know that played it, and he said it is so much better than God of War 2018. He said Ragnarok is up there at the top, like it is beyond the top. He said it's really really good, and it makes me want to play it. But I'm not going to buy a PlayStation. I'll play it on PC first.
And on PC first.
Yeah.
But I think it's all the time we got for today.
Yep. Sure is. Kind of over, but it's all right. It's our
Uh,
first
we kind
video
of,
podcast.
that's right. Enjoy seeing our faces a little bit longer than normal if you're watching this.
If you're not, then oh well.
Yeah, if you're not, still go check out our Redbubble thing, buy some merch.
Yeah, we got a new design out. It's pretty sexy.
That's right. Speaking of Zelda, it's the Triforce with our things in it.
It's the true Triforce of Wisdom because it has the 3TG, and the true Triforce of Wisdom means you're very, very wise for listening to our podcast
And for buying the merch.
and for buying the merch. It is a very sexy design that I came up with by myself.
That's right. He didn't need my help on that one.
I'm out of ideas now, but
I showed Ash on the website and he took off running with it.
right. I got rained out of work Tuesday, so I made a new design.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, we also got a Facebook page now.
Yep. Instagram. And now that we have this video, we're going to do short clips on TikTok, and
YouTube
then
short.
Yeah, we'll do YouTube Shorts. Obviously, this will post on YouTube. And I mean, I'm really excited now that we have more stuff going, but I still need to get capture card and stuff because I'm wanting to really do playthroughs with you guys with any type of game. I'm really excited to do that, and even I'd like to do unboxing of new games or new hardware or something. Maybe I don't know if I'd do that on my personal channel or if I'd do it on the Three Terrible Gamers, but and like teardowns of consoles and crap like that. I'd really like to do something like that.
Oh yeah, that's something we are definitely willing to test out. But go to our Facebook page, comment on our stuff, and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, and share our podcast with everybody, all your friends, and we'd really appreciate it. And like I said, guys, your listen really means a lot to us, and it helps us out more than you think. It just makes us realize that there's people out there that care what we say.
That's right, or at least they're entertained in our stupidity.
Right, and our ugly faces now. So
That's right.
you can laugh at us, make memes, saying how ugly we are. I don't care.
That's right. Publicity is publicity.
That's right. If it makes more people listen, I don't care what they call me.
That's right. Call me anything. I've been
Right.
called what? Promise.
Oh yeah. But thank you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Later, guys.